Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another What If video. Yeah, so in my last video, I just showed I changed my name. Yeah, I'll be sticking with that name from now on. But don't worry, Kurumu will still be there. At least for now. Now anyway, today we'll be continuing What If Goku won Super Saiyan 4 against Frieza, part 5. Now, let us begin. Now if you don't know the last part, I'll give a little quick recap. So basically, Zamasu has also have the power of Super Saiyan 4 since he stole Goku's body, which Goku Black has Super Saiyan 4. And because since they fused, they got even more stronger. And Goku and Vegeta doesn't have the Batara earrings because, well, Shin isn't there. And they know that Zamasu is pretty much faster than he was. And if he spots them trying to fuse, well, you always know what he's gonna do. So they used the future dance, becoming Gogeta, which this battle plays out the same, but which this version of Gogeta is much more serious than Vegeta. And he was trying to aim to kill Zamasu, but he knows that he's immortal, but he wants to have a little fun. But still, in the end, Zamasu ended up gaining a race by Future Senno. Now let us begin this actual What If. Now you all know what the next arc will be. A Tournament of Power. So every Sea Fighter has to gather some fighters. And of course we have like a few fighters right now. It's probably the same team minus Boo because he prevented from being awakened. So yeah. Now they could recruit 16 because remember 16 didn't die. However, 16 isn't that strong. Of course, they could upgrade him, but still, it's not going to be that much useful for him. But don't worry, he'll get to shine in the next arc. Because my boy 16 is my favorite android. Yeah, boy. So, they still ended up recruiting Frieza because they have no choice. And besides, Frieza has gotten stronger. After all, he used his full power golden form since he did train for extra years. So, because of that, they recruited Frieza. This version of Frieza, he even got more stronger while he was dead. He was doing some mental training himself, mastering the golden form, including his full power form and his golden form, which makes him really stronger. Of course, 17 and 18 are also stronger too, since they were training after seeing Goku's immense power when they first saw him using Super Saiyan 4. So they do have catching up training as well. Now we have the same team, which Gohan also has Super Saiyan 4, as I said, which everyone's ready to go to the World of Void. And when they arrive, Goku saw Frost. And like I said, this version of Frost is now a good person, since this Frost has a golden form as well. Which Frost is fine to see Goku. He's like, oh hey. And he saw Frieza. Of course, him and their attraction will go the same. But except that Frost doesn't want to team up with Frieza since he's a bad person. Frieza just scoffed, saying that if he ever met Ice again, that he will knock him out. Which Frost takes that as a challenge. Goku is pretty excited of all these fighters he saw, but his main attention is Jiren. Jiren catches his attention, so he's ready to fight him. Speaking of the tournament has now begun, which everyone goes their separate ways, which they still wouldn't do Gohan's plan. So yeah, pretty much the tournament is a wash. However, remember in the last part, like part 3, that they say that Kappa learned Super Saiyan 2, since he was also training with Champa. Well, guess what? When he came to Vegeta, he shows off his new form, Super Saiyan Blue. Vegeta is surprised that he's actually able to learn this move. So he smirked, saying that he is very impressed with Kappa. Of course, they don't know each other, but Kappa is interested in Vegeta. And Vegeta is interested in Kappa too. So this is the first time actually talking to each other. But that's why Kappa wants to show it off to him. So the two will both, which Kappa will go Super Saiyan Blue, and Vegeta going Super Saiyan 4 God. Which they will both fight each other. Goku will fight Khalifa, which Khalifa will also have Super Saiyan Blue. Like I said, she also had blue forms, which she could barely use it. She didn't master the blue form, so yeah. Which Goku also used Super Saiyan God for. However, Kale gets enraged, going to a legendary Super Saiyan. She doesn't have God Ki, so yeah. She charged at Goku, which Goku had to use Super Saiyan Blue for, and is able to knock her out pretty much easy. And because of that, Kale has been knocked off the ring and dropped the Batara earrings. Wiz Khalifa is shocked seeing how strong Goku is, and she knows that she won't stand a chance against Goku. So she retreated, and Jiren doesn't have to step in since Goku did the job for him. But of course, Goku still laid his eyes on Jiren. He still wanted to focus on Jiren. Now let's talk about Frost for a moment. Frost was knocking out some fighters. He still sneaks around knocking out Krillin, of all people, as per normal. Then he did fight Gohan, but in a fair manner. But then, in the end, he has to retreat since Frieza came in, which him and Frieza will begin their battle. They both will use their golden forms, and they both will clash each other in a golden aura, throwing fizz after fizz, kicks, death beams, blasts, and anything you name of. It's a hard way to think of who's going to win because they both master their golden forms. However, there's one thing that Frost doesn't have, which Frieza points out. He powers up, going to his full power state, like he did in Resurrection F. He is now in his full power golden form, and he's able to beat down Frost. However, Frieza has to end this battle quickly because his energy is running out quickly since he hasn't mastered that part yet. Actually, I did say he did, but I'm actually going to lowball it a little. Like, let's say that he can't, because I don't make him too overpowered. So he ended with a quick death ball, launching Frost out of the ring, which Frost doesn't act out because he's a good person. He just respects this term. Now we have the fight we all been waiting for. We have Goku versus Jiren. Goku starts out at base at first, trying to hit Jiren, but it didn't do anything. He went Super Saiyan 4, which Jiren has to block his attacks. Then Goku went Super Saiyan God 4, which Jiren has some trouble against it. And then Goku decided to take things up a notch, going Super Saiyan Blue 4. At this time, the battle is pretty much heated now. Remember, Super Saiyan 4 is a pretty much big power up, and imagine adding it with Blue. Yeah, it's pretty much Jiren's gonna have a little hard time. At least a run for his money, not like overpower him, which Jiren has to use a big, large amount of his power, like 55%. That's how I would say. Which Universe 11 guards are actually surprised that Immortal is able to push Jiren this much power, at least half of it, which Jiren is impressed himself. However, he's still not enough to defeat him. Goku will still resort to the Spirit Bomb, and this time he gets a lot more energy. However, Vegeta doesn't give away like normal, and this does lead to Ultra Instinct Goku. However, this version of Ultra Instinct Goku is much more stronger too. I'm not going to add Super Saiyan 4 Ultra Instinct because that would be too overpowered, and I don't feel like this will happen, so we're just going to give Goku Ultra Instinct. However, that battle will still end up with Goku being flown to the ring and Frieza healing him. Now, since Khalifa lost Kale, she has no more else person to fuse with, and she's not going to fuse with Kappa, so she had to resort of staying by with Hit. However, she doesn't get to stand by Hit when Hit been knocked out the ring by Jiren. Now, Gohan, Piccolo, 17, and 18 were doing pretty well. They were fighting against Universe 2 Warriors and also Universe 10, which they both been erased. And Gohan in Super Saiyan 4 is pretty much really powerful. He doesn't have the ultimate form, sadly, but he does have Super Saiyan 4, which that does make it up for his power. And Universe 3 soon after been fallen out with a Universe 7 Team Bean attack, which knocked out Narinasa. Now we have Universe 11 and 7 left, which Goku and Vegeta will take down Jiren, and 17 and Gohan will take down Choppo, and Frieza will handle Dispo. However, Frieza doesn't need Gohan's help since this Frieza is much stronger, So he's able to outspeed and outpower this bow. Even his light speed mode, he does get Frieza for his run his money, but in the end, Frieza gets the victory. Now, Gohan and 17 were able to handle Toppo, which they were able to defeat him without Frieza jumping in, which Toppo doesn't have to use his God Destruction mode since he wasn't been pushed to his limits to do so, or if anything, wasn't dragged to do so. So he's been defeated by respectable terms. As for Jiren, on the other hand, he's gonna be a hard battle, which every Sea Fighter try to jump in, minus Frieza. Like, Frieza's not a Sea Fighter, but he's still there, so he attacks. However, Jiren is just too powerful. He's able to slam them all pretty easily, and he pretty much have enough. He's going to use 90% of his power. First, he knocked out Gohan. Second, he decided to fling out 17 far away. Then he pummeled Frieza to the dirt, and then kicking him out the ring. Goku and Vegeta are pretty much out of ideas, which Goku said he cannot access to that same power that he did before. Which Goku said that he decided that they should try the Frieza dance again. At first, Vegeta disagreed. He did not want to fuse again, and he charges at Jiren until Jiren just pummeled him to the ground. Before Jiren gets a chance to eliminate Vegeta, 17 jumps in a way, still will sacrifice himself by blowing himself up. Of course, Jiren survives, and then Vegeta regretfully agrees. Jiren watched by, he'll let them, because he feel like he could still beat them. However, he's still not going to take any chances, since there's two over there, he's going to stop them, but it's too late for Jiren. Goku and Vegeta once again become Gogeta, which Gogeta will attack Jiren. Gogeta was started up by base, and then he was started by Super Saiyan 4, and then soon after he will go to Blue, and Jiren is pretty much getting destroyed, which Jiren used his full power, but even with that, Super Saiyan Blue is just too much for him, and Gogeta is able to defeat Jiren, knocking him out. The wish will still be the same, and everyone will go back to Earth. Now, what about the Broly movie? Frieza will still recruit Broly and tries to go to Earth and stop them. However, he does know that Goku and Vegeta are pretty much strong, and they have that fusion technique they have. So he decided he's gonna do matter to his own hands. If these Saiyans could get these weird red furry forms, maybe so can Broly could. At least he hopes so. He doesn't know how they got it, but he'll at least try to make Broly to get this form. If not, maybe at least try to get Super Saiyan, at least. He doesn't know Super Saiyan, but he does. But he's assuming that the red form is Super Saiyan. That's what he's assuming. So he decided he's going to train Broly. He hates training, but he knows that he won't stand a chance against Goku and Vegeta. This even separately and together, even in the fusion dance. He already knows. So he decides he's going to train up Broly, which Broly does able to do access to his wrathful form, and he's able to control it, at least partially. And then soon after, Frieza did try to push Broly to his limits, even going so far as to kill Paragus, making Broly go Super Saiyan. Frieza is confused at what kind of form is that. He doesn't know this is Super Saiyan, but he's assuming. For him, he said this is a yellow Super Saiyan, I guess. He doesn't know. But he's soon able to knock out Broly before he does cause any more damage. And since this Broly learns Super Saiyan, but to him, he calls it Yellow Saiyan. Literally, he doesn't know what it's called. So, yeah. We're going to say this is just regular Super Saiyans. So, yeah. So they will go to Earth, getting ready to get revenge. Which Broly will attack Vegeta as per normal. Which this time, Broly is able to control his wrathful form, and he's able to go Super Saiyan when he's been pushed to his limits. So yeah, so that one will play the same where Goku jumps in, Broly getting pushed to his limits, getting back to a corner. Then he's able to transform to Super Saiyan, and then they had the result of fusing into Gogeta, which they able to defeat him as normal. So yeah, that movie plays out the exact same, except that Broly's gotten more stronger than canon. And pretty much that's it. Thanks for watching.